Dr. Ekundayo Samuel, the founder of Dove Haven Foundation, a cancer-focused non-governmental organization. I will be sharing with you Dove Haven Foundation and me. It all started when I was a prayer coordinator in a student fellowship at the University of Ibadan, Nigeria. Surprisingly, there was a particular period during my tenure that fellow students approached me consistently to join them in prayers, and most of the prayer requests were towards families, relatives, friends that are suffering from the plague called cancer. They were helpless, and we lost a number of those that are suffering from cancer. However, I did not read any meaning to that until when I was preparing for my final year research project at the veterinary school. Amazingly, I remembered the pains of my friends asking me to join them in prayers, and the urge to carry out a research project relating to cancer set in. Thanks to God, I was fortunate to have a mentor, Dr. now Professor Olufunke Oladivis, that was willing to supervise the project. Again, after graduating from the veterinary school and at the level of the compulsory National Youth Service (NYSC), I was seeded to the MAC components of the MDG's Community Development Service Group. Fortunately, I was appointed to coordinate the medical and agro-allied experts in the MDG's CCDS group. I inquired of the Lord which projects I am supposed to embark upon as my personal community development service. The thought of cancer came to mind again. I was a bit confused that I should be addressing veterinary issues as a veterinarian, possibly issues like zoonosis, but why cancer? I discussed with the officer in charge of the State House Veterinary Medical Center, Abuja, which is my place of primary assignment. The OC was not too pleased with my decision and termed it lack of focus. I decided I was prepared to face any consequence or consequences that may arise from the lack of focus. However, seeing my determination and persistence, the OC later supported my decision, and even today she's part of the vision. The determination to play a part in the reduction of cancer burden began fully. I started preaching the gospel against cancer. I spent more time reading books, publications, attend and follow meetings that are cancer related. I was later invited by the University of Ibadan Alumni Association, Abuja branch, to share my story on cancer. Also, the Federal Ministry of Health invited me to symposium that are also cancer related. Later in that year, I later organized a one-day awareness and education seminar on cancer with over 100 people in attendance, people of different backgrounds. The seminar was rich in content, and I believe it could be one of the reasons I won the Merit Federal Capital Territory Minister's Honors Award during my service year. I did not stop. I looked for opportunities everywhere to talk about cancer and cancer prevention among people in the society. It was projected that by year 2030, about 30 million people will be living with cancer, and 1 in 2 persons will have one form of cancer or another if nothing is done. Unfortunately, sub-Saharan Africa have access to around 5% of the global cancer resources. Yet, 80% of the newly diagnosed cases of cancer occur in sub-Saharan African countries where Nigeria belongs. The lack of accurate statistics is even a major drawback to cancer control in Nigeria. For example, the estimated incidence of cancer in Nigeria varies from one author to the other. In 2015, we have an estimated 500,000 incidents of cancer in Nigeria, and where the mortality rate within a 5-year period, about 80%, is almost constant regardless of the author or authors. That means that for every 10 cases of cancer, at least 8 will die within a 5-year period. After my service year, these frightening statistics led me to change my career focus from veterinary medicine to biochemistry at the master's degree level in order to understand the basic science and underlying processes of cancer development. Then I was operating a veterinary clinic, but I was forced to shut it down because I was not having enough time. I got married even along the line. And after the completion of my master's program, I wanted to look for a job in order to cater for my family. This did not happen because I lost my peace. And I discussed with my wife my resourceful wife, that I am having this urge to go back for my PhD. No job, no grant for my PhD. But something kept pushing me that there can be a world without cancer threats, and I have a role to play to achieve this. Thankfully, I am currently rounding up my PhD studies that is focused on developing alternative therapies for either preventing or indeed treating cancer, under the supervision of a mentor, a friend, and a mother, Professor Oyerunke Odunola. The urgency to intervene led me to register a charity called Dove Haven Foundation. This is a non-profit, non-governmental organization whose vision is to reduce the threat of cancer in our society by creating awareness on early screening, testing, and prevention strategies, and helping those already suffering from cancer. The foundation has continued to increase its visibilities by organizing webinars and symposia, training health personnel on cancer screening, and offering assistance to some cancer patients, as well as reinstating a few survivors. The good news is that the official launch of the organization of Dove Haven Foundation has been scheduled for February 2021, that will usher in the NGO to start its work fully, and the reason for soliciting support from everywhere to achieve the vision of Dove Haven Foundation. I hereby invite everyone from everywhere to come support what we do in DHF, to make sure that the issue that if nothing is done in 2030, 1 in 2 persons will have one form of cancer or the other did not come to pass. You have a role to play in this. Please, we solicit your support. Come and support us at this point in. Thank you so much.